Okay, good morning everyone. It's me, I'm back. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've done a video on Facebook. Um so what I have today is what I wanted to talk about today and do a little overview and give you some information on is the Asus 3070 Dual. Very nice card for a double. I usually have pretty big cases, so I usually like to get 3-fan, but this is actually a really good size card for a dual fan. Anyways, it has a really nice all aluminum back plate and front shroud, at least partially aluminum. I'm not sure if all of it's, yeah, it definitely has aluminum and plastic. The back is all aluminum. And what I did was I did some benchmarks on this card, and I did it on the Zotac 3070 OC version. It's the plain black. They have a halo and they have a white. They have identical specs. And as far as this card goes, it has a 3070 chipset, PCI 4.0, OpenGL 4.6, has 8 gigs. I'm wondering what the TIs are going to be like. I know they're going to be up in the memory as far as actually the RAM. This has a engine clock speed of 1755 in gaming mode, a boost clock speed 1755 and regular gaming mode of 1725. CUDA cores 5888, memory 14 gigs, memory speed, memory interface 256-bit, resolution of 7680 by 4320, and all the regular stuff that you can look up. It has 4 display ports, and actually, yes, 3 displays and 2 HDMIs, so it's got quite a bit. It's a 2.7, sorry about that, it's a 2.7 thickness on it as far as the back plates go. Now, the Zotac, believe it or not, I ran it with benchmarks of Heaven. I ran it with benchmarks of Port Royal, Geekbench, and a few games, and I was actually able, and I'm not big into overclocking, but I got better numbers and higher overclock, what little bit I did, with the Zotac, believe it or not. I was very surprised. Now, that's a 2-fan. It's thinner. It's 2 slots. It's definitely, probably, I would have to say, it's a good, a 1/4 inch, maybe a little more. This really has some nice thermal padding in it and stuff. I wasn't too fond of the shape of it. The back plate on it looks like an old style Toyota or something, kind of weird. But anyways, despite the shape, it was still a very good performer. And a lot of people I noticed shy away from Zotac, and I always kind of wondered why. I know they're newer to the, probably a little newer to the GPU game than MSI, Asus, and whatnot. But it is a good card. It didn't run. It didn't get overheat. I was very impressed with it. All the numbers came out really well on the benchmarks with the 3070. I was able to run at 1440p in Ultra. I didn't use the ray tracing except for in the benchmarks, and once I did activate, go under the hood, turn on ray tracing, in like Port Royal, it did look better, it ran smoother, but the frame rates did drop. So as they say, unless you're overclocking and you're just looking to see what you can get for a high number, you don't really need to, or you're not going to want to. And I mean, if you're that worried about frame rate, you're still going to get a nice smooth game in 1440p with ray tracing and DLSS activated. It'll look a little better. It smooths it out. It brings the colors out. The sharpness of the game, I did see a difference. I wish that AMD would step up the game and get with that. I do have some 68 on the way, and I have a 3090 that's going to be in any minute. It's an FE card, so we'll see how that's going to be for a performer. It's still a 3090, and if you want to overclock it, go ahead, but I think it's probably would run anything faster than you ever need to. I have a few of these from my supplier. I only got one Zotac, and I actually wish I would have gotten more because they were better sellers than the Asus. Now this MSI 3060 Ti is a really nice card. I have a 3070 in my machine right now that I've been using, and I had ended up selling to this guy George. I'm not gonna say his last name. He contacted me on Facebook and asked if I wanted to get rid of it, and I do get rid of this stuff after I'm done using it. I keep one card for myself normally, and I change things around, but I have no need for 2 or 3 cards when my guy sends them to me. I have some CPUs. I did a change up on my motherboard. I'm running a MSI X570 Carbon Pro Wi-Fi. Very nice board. I'm really surprised at how well. I mean, I took out my CPU, the 58X. I popped everything in here. I threw the CPU on. I didn't even have to do a BIOS upgrade. It's the only board I've never had to even touch. I did one after it was up and running, but it fired right up. I didn't have to even do a BIOS update. It was weird. And Bill at the store told me that it's one of the few boards that he's ever had that he didn't have to worry about, and he was right. It's we'll do a review on that another time. I know I get off track on things. So the 3060 Ti is identical to the 3-fan, the Gaming Trio, Gaming X Trio, whatever. Want to get into specifics. The 3060, the 3070, the 3080. I haven't gotten a 3090 of this version yet because I have the FE coming, and I'm going to be putting that for sale. The card weighs the same. It's identical to the T. It's identical. All they did was basically put on a chip. And to be honest with you, I've always been a fan of EVGA. Having trouble. But this MSI runs cooler than anything I've had. It runs cooler than this 3070 2-fan. Coolest running card I've ever had. I think the fans have turned on like once, and that was when I was overclocking it. Even in games, it stays off. And the only time, even on the motherboard, well, I do run open case, so even that 570 motherboard that I'm running, that little fan's only spun up once, and that was when I was overclocking. But that's all besides the point. So yeah, I just want to touch base with you. The 3060 Ti comes with the same exact bracket that I showed on the last video I did with the 3070 and the 3080 was a EVGA. It didn't come with this bracket. I picked up one from up here, a nice little aluminum bracket. Yeah, so I'm pretty impressed. I'm very impressed with that Zotac. I mean, is Asus a bigger name? Absolutely. It has some more features on here. really, well, I haven't taken the plastic off of it yet, but it has a very, very nice looking back plate, as you can see. The rear plate on it. It has the HDMI one over the other. Then it has two displays and another one display closest to the screw mount. So it's got a nice heat sink, two 8-pins, power supply. There's no switch on it or anything for doing any overclocking mode, silent mode, nothing like that. There's really nothing out back, and you really, if you got a decent board, motherboard, I don't think you need. I don't know, this is kind of, it's a little bit heavier than, it's definitely heavier than the Zotac. You may not need a support bracket. And it's funny the way it comes boxed. When I opened it up, it doesn't even have, it's in a, inside the box, it's in a anti-static type holder, but it's not even bagged. I was like, that was weird. Never seen that before. And the Zotac, that one was inside the box, sealed, plastic on it and everything, and it didn't even have tape holding the anti-static down. I don't know if this is just stuff slipping past their quality control or not, but I mean, everything still ran fine. I'm not going to take that away, but yeah, nice card. I just wanted to do a short video on it. I like the way the VRAM's all set up back here. Nice little layout. Gets good airflow. So I'm going to be putting this out for sale. If somebody contacts me, fine. If not, it's going to go on eBay, and I've got people going mental over there trying to get a hold of me, and they want pictures with my name on it, and address and phone number, date of birth, blood type, and what the heck. I'm like, Jesus, what else do they want, you know? I tell them I'm legit. One guy asked me this morning to take a picture. Can you take a picture of the little piece of plastic that holds the cover down? I was like, what? Are you serious? Okay. I mean, and I sent it to him, and the dude didn't even bid on it. So I'm not even going to waste my time no more. People, if they know I'm legit, go look on my thing. Everybody that's asked me for something has got it for a good price. So anyways, yeah, I just wanted to fill everybody in. I got to keep this a little bit shorter. So if there's any questions, anybody wants to know anything about this card, it's awesome. I like it. All the 3070s are pretty much identical when it comes to memory, clock speeds, core clocks, everything. It's just preference in looks and how they run in temperature pretty much. And like I said, that Zotac beat all of them. So I don't know what to say about that. Maybe it was just a great card for some reason. It had a good setup on it. I wouldn't put it in my machine personally because I just don't like the way it looks. If you look them up online, you can see they're just kind of a funky looking card. I'd like to stay more traditional, but I will be doing another video on the 3090, and I will be doing a video on the XT, the 68, and the 69. I have a choice of getting a power, what do they call that? Power color, something like that. And I think a MSI Gaming Trio is making the 68 and 69 XTs. So I'm going to be deciding. I really like the look of the MSI one. I don't know what EVGA has or Asus as far as the AMD stuff. But anyways, just wanted to touch base with y'all real quick. Everybody stay safe. We know what's going on out there, so mask and all that good stuff. Real quick, I'll give you a little bit closer look. I know everybody's probably saying, why doesn't he set up his regular video stuff? You know something? I've just been so busy packaging, boxing, sending stuffs, doing this. I haven't had time to get all my cameras and stuff going. So yeah, it's a really nice looking card. Nice setup out back. This is a 3 slot setup. 2.7, pretty much like all of them. Nice cooling. 2 8-pins. And as you can see, very nice layout in the back. The back plate, it's all aluminum. It's really nice. The openings for the VRAM. And the same goes for the EVGA. Very nice setup, actually. I'm not even taking the 3060 out. I've already benchmarked them. It runs good, but I will give it a look at the one in my system. I know it's going to be a little bumpy, folks. It's a big card. This is going to need that support bracket, especially if you don't have a riser on your motherboard that has a good reinforcement around it, the metal reinforcer. So the only thing that I tell you honestly, they did a lousy job with the RGB lighting. You can actually see from a distance, you can see each individual light instead of having a nice flow to it. On the camera, it probably has it. Let me back up a little. You can see the highlights of how it looks. And it kind of pops out, so they could have done a little better fogging that out, but still, it's a very nice card. All right, got to sign off. I've got to do a few things. There's some people waiting to get their stuff sent to them, so that's what I got to do. Everybody have a nice day, and yes, I will be back again with another video.